Okay, student, this is another case again. It's another case, and we'll be looking at it. And we are giving arrow is
Please
equal to arrow
subscribe.
naught
Don't forget to
e
subscribe.
power minus bx, where arrow naught and b are constant, arrow and x are variables. Now, whenever you're given an anti-logarithm like this, an anti-log, which is this e raised to power minus bx, we are going to introduce ln. So whenever you have e power minus bx and anti-log, we introduce ln to both sides the way we did in our previous video. So if you are watching this video and you have not watched previous video, do well as checking other videos before watching this. So we're going to be having ln arrow. We are introducing ln orang. Ln arrow is equals to ln arrow naught e minus bx. Okay, we have introduced a ln. So the next thing, we're going to open the bracket as we did in the previous video. So we're going to have ln arrow is equals to ln arrow naught plus okay ln e minus bx. Okay, we have separated these values. So on doing this now, what we are going to have is that the ln we have to cancel the e. Okay, so we are going to have ln arrow is equals to ln arrow naught, okay, plus times minus, okay, plus, let me take it gradually, minus bx. So when we open this bracket, we are going to have ln arrow is equals to ln arrow naught plus times minus bx. So we can rearrange the equation. Although before I do that, the first thing I didn't identify the variables. And y is equals to what? That y is equals to arrow and s is equals to s. Okay, so we are going to rearrange this equation. So on rearranging this equation, we're going to have ln arrow is equals to minus bx plus ln arrow naught. Now take note, ln arrow is equals to y. Okay, this is the y. Then since x is a variable, we know that this one, ln arrow naught, is going to be the intercept. Look at it from the equation, y equals to mx plus c. So y is equals to mx plus c. So you discover that this y, this minus b is the slope. So minus b becomes the slope, okay, which is represented as m. Then this x is the variable, which is x. Then c is ln arrow naught. I hope this interpretation is clear. So how do we now present this graph? Now, I'm presenting this graph. We're going to have something like this. Pardon my space. So the space may not be as sufficient as that, but I hope it gives you a clear clarity. So we now have, we have ln arrow as y. We now have what? X to represent the x-axis. Then how will the graph look like? Now if you notice, we have what? A negative slope. And I told you in the previous video, first video, a negative slope is always like this. And what about the intercept? We have a positive intercept. Now this is plus ln arrow naught, so it must cut this positive axis. Of course, you need to check out the other videos. So our graph is going to look like this. We're going to have a slope here, and we know this slope is given as minus b, okay, and we have our intercept here cutting through the positive axis. Now this gives an interpretation of this equation. Hope this is clear and hope it gives you a better understanding. You go through it, look at the way I go through it. This ln have to cancel this anti-log, and that makes it simplified, and we dive down to get in this. Now I'll be coming up with more of these different calculations or more of different equations, so I can give you a proper insight on whichever one may be brought in your 2024 exam. So let's look at the next video on solving another equation. Thank you and remain blessed. I wish you the best in your exam. God bless you. Depend on God, and God will prosper the work of your hand. Study to show yourself approved, saying the
Please
word of God.
subscribe.
If you study, God
Don't forget to subscribe.
will also help you. Thank you and remain blessed.